better say that. Have been leaders in our community because of their leadership and example of our leaders. Again, God
If you look back at the history of White Village, this is the greatest city there'll ever be to live in. The citizens of White Village, we're a veteran community. We're a community of people working together. I wish we could do away with the title city and put community of White Village, but that's what it is. Mr. Green exemplified for Mr. Green that probably went into you, Miss Green, one day and said, I have a vision. I have children out here that need a ball field to play on. And he took that today would still be going and going very strong. And he did that. In 1958, they started building Vernon Green Field. A group of businessmen, White Village Fire Department, citizens of White Village all pulled together and went out there and built Vernon Green Field. Money was donated, labor was donated, and the kids got to play ball. The one thing we don't want to lose in the spirit of this is the reason for the field being built. See, there was organized baseball. They had that in Texarkana and had had it for many years. But once you start getting an organization together and the leagues become competitive, you lose the spirit of why you're really there. And that is to provide a place for the kids to just come, have fun, and play baseball. And Mr. Green knew that. So the group of men with their dream said, let's build this field. And it's sort of like the show. They'll come if we build the field. And they came. And the kids that was in the organized league in Texarkana, that because it was competitive and there was nowhere to play ball, said, let's go out to Mr. Green's field. He'll let us play ball. And they come out there, and the kids got to play ball. And that's what it was about, kids playing ball. It's through that spirit and dedication, Mr. Green seen another meeting. Probably 69, 70, he said, you know, there's some little girls out here that's not getting to play ball. They get to come to the field and they get to play ball, watch the boys play ball and everything, but let's do something for the girls. So Mr. Green and his organization set aside every Monday night to have girls come play ball. And today, White Village softball, somewhat 40-something teams of girls playing ball. The girls having a place to play ball. That dedication that he gave and inspiration that he gave has gone on and on from year to year, handed down and handed down. And we're seeing our parks built today by that same dedication, with the city cooperating with the coaches and the players and the parents in building a place for our kids to have somewhere to go, get off the streets, and play ball and have fun. I am certain Mr. Green is in heaven smiling down and saying, who would have ever thought? Who would have ever thought that my dream would continue many years after I've left? We're fortunate here in Wake Village, Miss Green. I know you are. You've got two lovely sons, daughter. I don't know how big the whole family is, but I know Jimmy for years. He's made his mark here in Wake Village. His hard work and dedication continues here in Wake Village. And it's because of that we can stand here today, 25 years later, and say we're proud to rededicate this field. And I want to rededicate it, not just the fact that it's a ball field somewhere for our kids to play, but it needs to be rededicated in the memory and the spirit of a ball field that is being built, is rededicated, so all kids can play ball. Not just a few, but all kids. John? Jimmy?
I just want to thank each of you for coming. And I can remember when I was young like Will, and we knew everybody out here. White Village was just that kind of town. I was proud to be raised out here. And one thing that hasn't changed, of course, now none of us can tell exactly where everybody lives because it has certainly changed. but the spirit is still the same. I want to thank the mayor, city councilman. I just want to thank, and I tell you what, I've got one thing to say. Wake Village is a super place to walk. Thank you.
I'm going to try to do this. I think it's real neat, especially that my brother is speaking today about dedicating the ball field. When so many years ago, he was the kid that set it on fire. And now he's in the insurance business, so he can insure your house. But this is truly one of the special days of my life. I remember back when Mr. Roselle came to say that the field in Singapore was going to be named after Dad. I was about, I think, 20 years old at the time, and I said, God, that's really neat, you know, that this will be dedicated to him, and his works will be remembered, and it was just really a thrill. And to think that today that you'll carry this on, it's pretty overwhelming for me. And I'll just say this, I mean, Mary, that was a really great talk that you gave, and I appreciate it. And talk about the kids that played on the ball field. And there's not probably one kid that ever went on to play in a World Series or nothing like that. But all those kids probably got the first lessons in the basics of sportsmanship and teamwork and sacrifice, and knowing what it's like to play ball and learning about that. And so it's because the adult volunteers that participate in that, giving of their times, is what made that happen. And many of you today that remember Dad know that he was really a big man. He was about 6'5" and about 250 pounds, and just bigger than most people that you run across. But he never was bigger than when he stooped down to help a kid that wanted to play ball. And the fact that you'll dedicate this field to him and let his memory live on, it's wonderful, and I appreciate it. And I'll always be proud to call Lake Village my hometown. I really will. I just thank y'all for coming out today and being part of this. Thanks so much.
I'm telling you, in all sincerity of the city of Lake Village and the council, your dad was a great man. He did a lot for this community. We'll always be with you. Thank you.
We appreciate it.